Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Videzra's Voice, where I share the good news of salvation. Today is August 4, and we are going to be going into our devotion. It's a beautiful morning. Have my cup of coffee. Let's get into the word. So the verse is 2 Samuel 6, verse 16b. Saul's daughter looked through a window and saw King David leaping and whirling before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. Saul's daughter despised King David simply because he was dancing. To be despised for being yourself or having a good time worshiping the Lord is hard to understand. Like David, we too can or will be despised because we seem to be so happy and blessed. In life, the lesson that we need to learn is that we can be as perfect as Jesus and still be despised as he was. Isaiah 53, verse 3. Thought for today: when people despise you for just being you, they have a bad spirit, a demonic spirit. Wow. It's so funny because I was just expressing with my mom the other day just how I felt about, persons who, would seemingly act a certain way and people don't come against them. Yet when other people, like myself, act in a more, I would say, appropriate way, kind way, I tend to come against opposition. And she said the very same thing to me. She's like, I'm not sure why you're so perturbed and you're reading the Bible. Jesus was perfect and he was despised. And we look at this verse and we saw Saul's daughter. She looked through a window, saw David dancing, and she despised him. Now, if you read this chapter for yourself, you could probably come up with some rationale for why Saul's daughter would have despised David. I mean, this was no ordinary dancing. And if I remember correctly, she was brought into this marriage not really of her own will. So she might have had some, other bitterness that she was holding against David. And just seeing him in all his element, regardless of what was happening or regardless of how she felt, she despised him. And so we may too find ourselves in a situation where we're in our doom and gloom and somebody's over there just having the time of their lives. We can despise that. We can despise them or we can resent them. It's only human nature. But the thought is, when people despise you for just being you, they have a bad spirit. So don't be guilty of having a bad spirit. Don't be guilty of having a demonic spirit. So let's change our ways, and then we can talk about how others despise us and just pray for them that they too may come to a realization. So the questions for reflections: have you ever despised anyone simply because they're enjoying themselves? If yes, why? And at first I was saying no, because despise is a strong word. I don't think I've hated someone, but I've had bitterness or resentment towards someone who might have hurt me, and I didn't feel like they were remorseful. I don't know, maybe I thought that they should be so hurt about hurting me, but they weren't. They went on to living their life while I had to deal with the pieces of my broken heart. So, despise is a strong word. I might have been there at some point, or I might just have had resentment, and we have to learn how to forgive. And I'm learning to forgive, and I've let go a lot of that past. And anytime I see anything creeping up inside of me, I really put it to God. So do you know of anyone who despises you because they want to be like you? Now, that is a question that I can't answer. But I do know that sometimes that's where the despise comes from, or the resentment comes from. They see you, they admire you, they want to be you, and because they can't, or because they can't come close to you, the easiest thing is to despise you. So I've had people who have come against me, and it's probably just because they wanted to be me. Who am I to say? But in any ways, let us forgive them and let us forgive ourselves. Let us pray. Loving God, you love us and you call us to love one another. Lord, it is so easy for many people to despise others because of what they think of them. Please give me a good heart, always towards others. Thanks as always for listening, for watching, and until next time, stay blessed. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you join the community. It's good to really unpack the word in a different way and to just hear others' opinions. And, I would love it for you to just leave a comment below, and so that you can share in, have you despised somebody? Drop in the comment below. Let's be vulnerable here. Let's talk about it. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, stay blessed. Bye.